Hi, Estevan. All right. Had lots of tech trouble today. I had another lesson where apparently I talked to myself for 17 minutes. It seems like it's the long ones that I'm really into that it doesn't actually turn the sound on. It's always great times. So it's late and I'm kind of tired. You probably are also. So let's just get right into this. You'll notice that I'm still messing around with stuff and until I settle on a style that I really like or I think is the best, and our format's going to continue changing a little bit. Also, things behind me look a little bit different because I've been changing some stuff in the studio, primarily to make these online lessons go a little better, and then it loses the audio or won't do something that I want it to do. So we're getting there, right? We're getting there, Esteban. So you can see me. Hi. You can see me play up here in the corner, which is nice, and you can see your music over here. We're going to start with the Bayou Blues, okay? Your mom said that you needed some help with the Bayou Blues. Makes sense. So we're going to go over here to it, and we're going to zoom in. She said that the first thing that you weren't sure about was up here in this corner. This term, Fermata. Okay, so a fermata means to hold a note longer than its rhythmic value. That means when this symbol is over a note, that you're going to hold it longer. How much longer? Well, it actually is up to you. However, there is kind of a rule of thumb that you don't really want it to go twice as long as the note. For example, if you had a whole note, which is worth 4 beats, right? Then you could go maybe 6 beats, kind of like the length of the note plus half, somewhere in that neighborhood, but not exact. It doesn't have to be 6, it could be 7-ish. But if you start holding it for like 10, it's going to feel really out of place and really long, and it's going to cause you troubles, okay? So they call it a fermata, but they also call it this. We'll see if my little picture will update here. They also call it it's flipped. There's a good idea. It's what is that? It's still upside down. Ah! Ah! It's a bird's eye, right? It really is a bird's eye, okay? Now, can you see the similarity here between this and our symbol? Maybe a little bit. See the curve and the dot in the middle? This is an owl's eye, in case you hadn't figured that out. And we go back to our other here. Of course, it's flipped now, right? This will flip. Okay, and see it? Okay, so that's why they also call it the bird's eye or the fermata. Okay, fermata is its real name. And in this song, it is sitting right there. You can see it. I'll mark it just because. Okay, so it's there and there. It just means you'll hold the last note longer, okay? But not so long that people think that you might be feeling ill, right? So just be careful with that. Okay, so this song can be tricky to put together. We talked about that a little bit when you were here in person 2 weeks ago. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to show you where the beats fall here. See how those hit together, but that one doesn't? Those hit together, that one doesn't, right? So it starts off and it's really simple, right? Wrong song open here. You have the Not a problem. And then you have it started up again, but now you have to match these together, okay? So for this next part, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mess with fate here. There for a second, you're not going to see anything really, just black, but hang in there, because you should still be able to hear me. So hang in there. I'm gonna show up in just a second. I know it's still black, but I'm still here. Ah, see, I'm still here. And I'm going to put that over there. Oh, no, it's upside down. And I'm going to switch this one out for your music. Ta-da! And now let's do a little tweaking. We're going to rotate. Yay! And we're going to rotate. Oh, weirdness. We're going to flip and flip. All right, there we go. Now you can see those easier because this one is a little bit tricky, so let's just get right in there. And that way you can see what I'm talking about both ways, okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on this section. All right, so we have the... then the C, then they play together. See that in your music? Then they play together. Then left all by itself, and then you're going to have right, left, right, together, right, left, left, right, together, right, together, together, together. And then notice it does go up the octave there. Together, together, and all at the same time. And now there's your fermata that holds longer, okay? Without me talking, I'm going to play through it so you have a good example. 1, 2, ready, play. All right. Now, if yours sounds like that, then you're doing great, okay? So make sure that that's what yours sounds like by your next lesson, all right? Your mom said that Inspector Hound was doing very good, all right? So yay! All right, now then, let's go ahead and switch over to your next song. Your next song is going to be the Serenade, right? So I'm going to pull it up over here instead. La 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 la. And magic. Okay, so we'll get those little marks off our screen. And we will zoom out a little bit. Okay, so here's our Serenade. Serenade is not a very challenging piece. I think that you'll do really, really well with it. Okay, here's first page. Do notice that we're talking about making it in 3/4 time, right? Notice, wrong thing. Notice the 3/4, right, at the beginning. So 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's page 1, right? Now, The thing that usually catches students on this one, if there's going to be a problem, it's going to be right in this measure because it's got that skip up and then steps down. It's got and everything's been a kind of a different motion leading up into that point. So make sure that it skips up and then steps back. And you can see that in that video too, right there. That's weird. I'm either pointing up or, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, here, we'll do it this way. That video. Okay. So that's all that is really going to be an issue in this one for you. Let's see what's going to happen in the next page. Next page, cute little bunnies. Gotta love some cute little bunnies, right? Sorry, it's tilted a little bit, but it'll be okay, right? 'Cause it's almost 8 o'clock, and I feel like my bedtime is coming. All right, so in page 2, we have the 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so all the way up to A, right? G. And then at measure 13, it's F sharp, but measure 14 is F natural, okay? So let's look at that place over here in your music. Where am I talking about? Right there. Measure 13 and 14. Remember that when a sharp is in front of a note, like that one, when a sharp is in front of a note, it does not expire until the bar line, right there. But when it does, when you do play after the bar line, it is no longer sharped, but natural. Okay? This one, let's see if we can do it this way. If it cooperates with me, I will be so happy, happy, happy. All I see is colors, and I need black. Yeah, how about gray? Imagine that that's black, okay? And this is white, okay? So it's easier to see. Black, white, okay? Make sure that you are doing those changes there, all right? Because it only, like the note says, it only lasts for the one measure, and then it's gone, okay? So you get the... Then you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. And why do you only have 2 beats at the end? Or I said rest, but it doesn't really have one. Why do you only have 2 beats at the end? Because beat 1 was, or the other beat was at the very beginning of the song, okay? So it evens them out. You can't tuck it in somewhere in the middle. You can make the first measure shorter and the last measure shorter, but they have to add up to each other, all right? So hopefully that will be helpful to you, and hopefully my computer will go ahead and upload these tonight, and hopefully that the sound lasted all the way through, because I really don't like trying to pantomime myself, and hopefully you'll have a good week. There's a lot to hope for, yes? And hopefully I'll get to see you in person next week. All the hope. Have a good evening, Eztevan. Bye.